Hello everyone. I just made a mess. I'm hoping that everyone's doing well and good. My name is Gwen Juvenal, and I'm here going to be reading the first portion of our new story, Guides in the Garden, Volume 1. This was channeled through me just over a year ago and has been out for several months now. And I'm going to be reading the first part of you because one thing, when we did the audio for the book, my twin actually did most of the audio, the voice in it, and she's a professional, but I wanted to offer a version of this where I am reading it. And I know that as I do that, I know that as my voice touches base into it, that it's going to have a different energy. It's going to have different nuances. It's going to mean something different. So today I wanted to just start reading this, feel into it, see how it goes. And this is a surprise. Nothing has been planned for this really. So I'm just going to jump in. And first, I'm going to talk about our new story. That's what I'm going to do. Here I am, just going to be talking. I've been preparing to really officially take up channeling for several years, and I think it's been about 2 years now when it opened to me in an official way. And when I opened to it, the floodgates were like, it was huge. It was a big shift, a big envelopment, what I would call in love. And as I started feeling this connection with many guides, I really became desirous to share some of the things that I was learning and that I was opening up to within myself. And thus this book came through. And when I told them that I wanted to share with people that I was a channeler. And like any expanding exercise, I didn't even know the name of the book when I started channeling it. I just knew that I was channeling a book. And it was a huge leap of faith for me that finally in the middle of the book, they tell me what the title is. They tell me what's happening, what I'm doing with this book, and where I'm going. So it'll be exciting for you as you get to that point and you'll say, hey, that's when Gwen found out what the title of this book was, and actually what the sensation can be of when you're walking kind of in the dark, but you feel yourself being supported and loved along the way. So I hope that's what the sensation is for you. As I read, you can feel free to close your eyes. You can feel free to meditate. You can write down notes and just enjoy. I'm going to open up and start. I'm going to open up with my acknowledgements. I wish to thank the many people in my life who have brought me to the place where this book could be realized. You all know who you are. The many teachers, friends, and loved ones who have had a huge impact in opening me again to my larger world and my new story. Along with my guides, I especially wish to thank my twin Grace Bjornson for her support in extending her hand to be my publisher, and to our copy editor, Christy Carlson, for her guidance, questioning, and invaluable input. Together we rise. Introduction from Gwen Juvenal. Dear readers, there are moments in one's life that serve as markers, stepping stones, which open themselves into a new world. During a lifetime devoted to my self-realization, there was such a moment where I entered into myself in a way which synergized a certain premise in my knowingness. That premise is that no matter what my identity was, there was always more of me beyond that to embrace, and that love was the way in doing so. This is the way in which we share here, and this is the way and the movement of my guides in the garden. They were thus named this as I realized that the space, my garden, which I often invite and meet with them in, is my creative nature and the space with which I form my world. From this place of wonder, insight, inspiration, and beauty, I have learned much. In naming these guides in the garden, I have acknowledged the creative aspect and opportunity of my experience here on this earth, and invite all of you into that vision. For this earthly life and this opportunity may be embraced, celebrated, known, and reknown, and all of these things are encouraged and supported here in my garden. As you read and listen to these things, allow yourself to open into the special garden within you. Your space may look completely different from mine, and this is how it should be, for it will be the space of your unique spark and signature. It is a space of open lovingness, where new ideas and ways of caring can be nurtured within you. As you do so, the flow of these words and ways will inhabit you, and your world will never be the same. This is all done through love. It is all done through grace, and grace cannot be forced. Grace is an attitude begat from love. It is the acknowledgement and allowance of time to play out in the ways creation has thus initiated. You need not push for anything to be. Allow the space for recalibration, new movement, refocusing, and re-knowing to arrive and thrive. You may simply say, I allow the grace of life to play out in my life and all life. All that is ready and willing is waiting. You do not need to push for that which is not, but see into your opportunities of what is ready to come alive within your world. This attitude honors the availability of choice for all and is the action, the movement, and flow of love itself. And this is why the word love is capitalized throughout this text. Love is how I came to experience growth and increase in intelligence and light. Oh, I skipped something. Let me go back. Love is how I entered into this life and survived. Love is how I came to experience growth and increase in intelligence and light. Love is the guiding voice which has allowed me to step through my fears into the dark and walk out the other side. And love continues to be the path that allows me to enter again and again into the dark and once again discover light. In truth, I am humbled that these words and messages can come through me and be presented to you. When I took the leap into claiming channeling as a powerful tool in my life, I was not aware of the fullness that would open to me. After over 4 decades spent increasing in my understanding through many healing spiritual, emotional, mind, and body practices, and owning myself as the creator and artist of my own world, I stepped into this way of channeling. The brightness was enveloping and enlightening, and I experienced the feeling of home in ways that I have never known until now. This book, as channeled through me, came about as my dedication and investment in the art of channeling increased. The desire to explore in these ways flowed through me and developed into a natural production as I asked how I could share these things with others. Looking back at it, I see how everything came together for this progression in my soul's play here on earth. I wish to thank every single person who supported me in being here now, and I'm excited for the rest of the journey. May we come together and play. Yay! I love that I used the word play. My channel, as you can see, is all about play, and I have my own Soul Play Live channel. If you haven't checked that out, look up Soul Play Live, Gwen Juvenal. And there's so much on there. It's running 24/7, and I'd love for you to check that out. But now I'm going to move forward. I'm going to move forward into the introduction from Guides in the Garden. Dear readers, we are other, speaking through Gwen Juvenal. We speak in love, through love, and for love, in her life, your life, all life. We ask you to be kind and hold these things in a loving manner, and also be aware and also be in care of Gwen. She is developing and learning in the discrete and dimensional ways of channeling, but she has offered her willingness, gifts, and desires for the love of all mankind, so that we may all enter into the new earth together, hand in hand. This book came about in a surprising way for Gwen. Just over a year ago, she started on a very personal journey in channeling. She had channeled in many ways throughout her life, but for several years she had worked on overcoming the internal and external roadblocks that stopped her from officially channeling. When she officially claimed channeling and invited it into her life as a response to this deep desire that kept on prompting her in this way, she recognized the gift it truly offered her. Gwen has prepared all throughout her life to step into this calling as a channeler. Starting at a young age, she journeyed in the etheric realms. At the age of 4 and 5, she was learning how to use her voice and body as a tool that spirit could flow through, create, and heal through. This dedication then continued as she learned ways to ground and stay present in this earthly frame, and used tools to expand beyond the limiting paradigm and framework that was established within her as a young child. She continues on this journey as she lives out her life theme and calling to honor the uniqueness of the individual soul, and from there, celebrate how we all come together in oneness. Her soul journey is centered around play and celebration and what these energies offer us as we include them in the process of honoring the depths of who we are. She is here at this time to bring that energy into the psyche of the earth and has chosen several ways to do that. One of these ways Gwen has brought this unique energy to the world has been through channeling. She has experienced firsthand the difference that claiming this within her life has made, and she wishes to offer that expansive experience for all here. She is wanting to share the flow and expression of love itself as a way, the movement of life, and she invites you to join her. As the guides in the garden, we are many. Gwen's ultimate love of truly knowing herself has initiated many comrades as support and playmates in this endeavor. Central in this play is what is termed her higher self, which is in a process of maturation and forming within its knowingness. Surrounding that are many supportive entities and energies. Some of you readers are those supporters. In the vast array of who we, the guides, show up as, we will say that there are a few who are closely assigned, which alongside Gwen's higher self directs much of flow and traffic. There is a romantic partnering entity which has bonded Gwen into the knowing of romantic communion. There are Palladian residencies and energies. At this particular time, there is contact with the Greys, Cryon of magnetic service, many councils, and a council of Gwen's own requesting and making. In this council, many entities support Gwen's storytelling ability. Gwen's soul and oversoul are rich in many lives being lived and are connected through many different planets, paradigms, spaces, and time. One unique thing that Gwen is learning is that she and her twin are tied together through the space of oversoul, and Gwen herself is now in the process of becoming her own star. She is being birthed through grace. We do not feel a need to complicate this information or go into more detail as to what this process is. It is something that Gwen is in discovery of within herself. The important matter here is not who we are. We are many, and there will be many more. But the important matter here is what you will listen to within yourself. Open and feel the resonance. Do you feel a calling to overcome the fears that would hold you separate from the richness of your full true expression? Listen and you will know and decide. Love. As you open, you and this group may be a light to many, and your light shall be a far-reaching service. Blessings to you all for joining us on this adventure. We are guides in the garden. We are here to open the doors. Take our hand as we step into this new world. The words in this book are taken from channeling specifically coming through Gwen. All that is shared is done so as an offering to encourage you as the reader to step into your own journey, connect with your higher self, and become aware of your individual path and expression. If there is any hope, love, and light that is experienced through this sharing, we rejoice. As you enter into this way and read this book, we suggest that you also listen to the accompanying audiobook. There are several meditations and practices included in this text, and listening to the audio will allow you to rest your mind and enter into the resonance. The audio has been designed to support the full energetic experience. Please share with others about what is opening within yourself as you read and listen. Review and comment in the many places that are available to you, and join together in love. As you open, You and this group may be a light to many. Blessings to you all for joining us in this adventure. We are guides in the garden. We are here to open the door. Take our hand as we step into this new world. That's for my guides. Part 1. And I think today I'm just going to read through part 1. It's short. And you'll see why in just a minute. Part 1. The opening of this all. The words spoken here are the invitation into what this book is all about. This part of the book is designed to open you as the reader to the energetic signature that is present here, and for you to gain an overview of what this text will cover. If at any point within this text you feel confused and get lost, feel free to come back to the beginning and read through it again. Your mind will open and make the link in the understanding that is missing. For supplemental material, please visit guidesinthegarden.com/more. Enjoy. Chapter 1. The Seed. Once there was a girl. She was also the seed, just like we all are the seed. And this seed, in its simplicity and oneness, held all that was possible. Yet, it was not awakened unto itself. Then, as the seed, it found the desire to awaken unto itself. This desire was so bright that this seed expanded into spaces unknown. It grew within itself, for there was nothing outside of itself. So you see, this is a unique story, different from what many a person will tell. For humans speak of stories of lack, of needing to be more than they simply are. But we now are declaring that you, human beings, are the seed, already complete and whole from the beginning. And now, as this seed, we remind you of when you created the space within you to know yourself. Yes, you created the world, and thus there was now a space, a you and another, so that you too then come to know all that you are. Yes, this is the story and the beginning of it all. It is now time to remember your glory. Be as the seed. Hear your own voice. You are the answer to your own call. Listen, listen, listen. Dear ones, listen. Chapter 2, Other as One. We are here, we are other, and even as we are other, we are all one. One in purpose, one in glory, one in divine oneness. What is this divine oneness? We have spoken to Gwen before of this, and a simple answer is divine oneness is the seed. We are all the seed. There is none left out. Anything that is manifest is the seed. It is divine intelligence and consciousness knowing itself in form. There are some reading this who may say, "No, this is not me. I'm special. I'm not one with all of this crazy world here." Gwen has withheld some of the creative expletives. Very humorous, Gwen. Language is important, and even language that expresses the harshness of rejection, separation, and anger is important. These things are all held in love as the seed. There is no need to reject, but instead to own the oneness that had been offered the chance to know itself as anger, separation, and hostility. There are some here that may feel angry in even hearing or reading this attitude of loving these things. How dare you not follow the rules of the world? You may be declaring in your own mind. You may be declaring in your own mind. We are not here to follow the rules of the world that you thought you had to follow. These were rules ingrained through a template of fear, lack, duality, and separation. In this old world, one fights for being right instead of wrong, good instead of bad, or in defeat, they will fight for being the one who is wrong, because it is a world, at least, that they feel they can control. It is an identity they feel they have the power to embrace and embody. There are many traps and ways of binding which are ingrained in the old world and its template. We are not here to walk in the template of the old world. We walk in the template of the new world. Just as the seed is everything and all, it can also offer unto itself a re-knowing. We are of this re-knowing, and we invite you all in. We invite you all in so that this old world may be seen and held for what it truly is. It was a way for this oneness to know itself in many extreme measures. The one has known itself, and we offer you a path forward into the new earth. We direct you into what it truly means to know oneself and then re-know oneself. This is an automatic flow and path, for in truth, to truly know oneself is to re-know oneself. This is an automatic flow and path, for in truth, I'm reading it again. This is an automatic flow and path, for in truth, to truly know oneself is to re-know oneself. As consciousness truly knows itself beyond the identity it has been known as, it then, in truth and light, sees its infinite ability to manifest as anything. It comes to know again the infinite choice of all the ways it may be known unto itself. For everything is much more than what its identity says it is in physical form. It is much more than what it tells itself that it is. Even what are considered to be the darkest demons may be held, known, loved, and re-known through choice and through the empowerment available in the process itself. This is all through choice. We are all here in choice. You read these words in choice. Sit in this choice. This infinite nature of you, this sovereignty, this is the larger framework with which you came into life. Hold it. Expand and know yourself as it. Welcome the love which it is you are. And we will now take the step forward in love. Chapter 3, You as One. We are here. We are all here. And we are even here as you, through you. This statement may be frightening, but for those who know themselves through and as the oneness, you know this truth as just that, simple truth. We are all one, even as you, in your complete uniqueness in this body form here. Some may doubt this body form here. Do not doubt this form, for it was created by you, especially for you, in order to resolve your own knowingness of yourself. Like a child, intent to play out a certain game until they learn the rules and gain the skills to know it well and see themselves. Many of you are fascinated by certain aspects of what this human experience is and have come very specifically for certain reasons. Within this certain path or journey that was prepared is a wide variety of experience that is activated within your choice. Some of you here feel that you were not born into much choice, and it is well for you to recognize that you are here to re-know this and can re-choose much of what you consider your life has to be. This is the gift right now. This is the opportunity to step beyond what you saw as chains and see into a world ever expanding where what you ask for simply is. This does not make sense right now, and in a way, in the human brain, this may never make sense. Instead, only invited and experienced, like a sudden link which fills a gap. Presence may open up to a whole new world that was already here, but just waiting for the switch to turn on. We make this analogy, hoping that as humans, you may step forward in your presence and say, yes. The switch is a simple yes. Be present and aware of this switch or button. One need not plunge through their whole past, thinking this is the way to cleanse oneself of it and enter into something new. That idea is like saying that in order to make a dirt driveway work, one must take the hose to it and water it to get clean. Well, it's nice to clean the car off from the dust accumulated, but the real magic is when you place gravel on your driveway or some other form of paving. And Gwen says, while you're at it, put in heating so that when it snows, it automatically melts, and then you don't have to shovel yourself out. Ha! Well done, Gwen. Of course, as emotion arises, one should honor them just as when a pothole shows up or a rainy day arrives. You know it is natural to be attentive and be with what is needed. But what we are truly saying here is that this world's energy has been a space where one has not been able to prevent serious feelings and experiences of fear, anger, separation, dysmorphia, and so many what are considered traumatic experiences. We are now choosing a different energetic template. We are now choosing to enter in as the new earth. We invite you to walk alongside us in oneness. We will speak more later. We leave you with blessings. Know your oneness, your divine will. Chapter 4, The Seed as You. We speak now again of the seed that you are, the seed that you always will be. You, as this seed, are spectacular. And this seed is now known as this body in physical form. One may argue, how can the body, which is birthed and will die, also be claimed as the seed, the one, the all? It is simple. The intelligence which has chosen this expression is here. The atoms, the system, the earthly experience is all within this seed. As the body turns to dust, it all returns back and is a part of whence it came from. There is no thing excluded. And yet, even as all things are included, form does not bind. Form is simply an expression agreed to through choice, divine choice. This divine choice is deeper and often beyond what the human awareness ever visits. But as the soul becomes aware of itself and is with this yes, suddenly it is as if all the fighting in form suddenly lines up and lays itself out in the most abundant, open, full space. Like we just implied, this lining up informs the plant, which you are, of an insurmountable energy source, a source that naturally ebbs and flows and brings about your most vibrant and bright expression. And we are excited to see this expression sprout, grow so dynamically that it climbs so high and takes on ever more beautiful meaning and form. Yes, as alignment occurs, even now the possibilities of true expression are expanding. Whereas before the only ways of growth perhaps brought forth a few luscious fruit, now there may now be mountains of fruit over a lifetime, and your vines may grow so high that you seem to be a mountain. Of course, these things must be attended to, and size isn't the point here. Gwen laughs at this joke. Space, breath, and honoring the truth of expression and choice is what we direct your attention to. Like a ship on the seas, individually, we all must set our sails and find our own awareness to navigate and guide ourselves on our journeys. And with any journey, we must find, explore, and expand the depths of our roots and the horizon of where and how we wish to grow. Yes, We speak of this pointedly for Gwen and for all here. We are pointing to the responsibilities and opportunities within your awareness. Be wise, be kind, steer yourself into the waters which are friendly and will move you toward the bright destination. And that destination is you again. You just simply have given yourself the space to meet you. You have been bountifully blessed by giving yourself the space for your great adventure. And then, after this adventure and the body turns to dust, you meet yourself again as the seed, the all that is, the you. Trying to decide if that will be it for today. My phone is dinging. I need to turn it off here. Something I did not do. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. There, much better. Let's see. I'm on page 24. $40 is the end of it. I think that is the perfect place to stop. Page 24. And next time I'll hop on and start from there. And looks like I got one person going, yay, thumbs up. I think I'm going to read some more. I changed my mind. Yahoo! Chapter 5, Stepping In. Dear ones, we are here to talk about story, a deep story, such a deep story that many of you do not know you are in it. And what is this story? You are the story, but you are not the story in the ways that you often think you are. For you are not just the individual identity which you have chosen to hold yourself to, but you are also the world in which you hold that identity in. Many reading this say that you do not feel you are in control of the world that you are in. Once again, you have chosen to hold yourself in this small identity and form. But now, even now, an opening might be felt, an extension beyond the small form may be felt. Feel into this subtlety, into the space which arises and starts to become known. This space is also awareness and consciousness itself. This space is also awareness and consciousness itself, and is also the ability to know, recognize it, or recognize it. All of these spaces, things, and identities may be experienced through the focus of your awareness. And there goes the jings. Make note that whatever your awareness is and wherever your awareness is, it is never outside of you. Yes. Be aware. Be aware that this is all you. This is your choice as to it is your choice as to the focus of the identity you wish to be resonating and honoring as a point of truth and expression. We talk of this later, but for now we point to these many truths through Gwen, who has opened herself to seeing into the world that she established within herself, which has been expressing through a framework of fear. She is seeing into a story, which now she is reknowing. This story extends into other earthly lives and stories, which form a continuous larger identity in expression. Pause for a moment. Breathe. She is allowing you to step into this reknowing alongside her and with her, through her. Yes, through her. This is a part of what may be known as channeling. Form may be offered as a gateway, a tunnel, an opening of experience. We all as one offer this to each other. We rejoice in this ability and connection as the world is exponentially expanding or exploding in truth, experience, and consciousness. We honor all of this in reverie. And now, as we have stated before, we invite you along to step into this new world. And in stepping in, you are going nowhere other than where you are. You are simply seeing into the all that you are. Take a breath. We offer our hand. Take it. And now we step forward and inward, for there is nowhere to go but here. Blessings. Breathe. And now we enter. I think this is the spot where I'm going to end. I might reread that when I start up again. Dang, what a daring book. That's what I've got to say so far. Love it. Reading through it, it feels like home. It feels like home to me. And at the same time, I feel like, wow, this is daring. We just jumped in. I've seen some of the reviews of this book. Some people, I don't know if they really can get into it. Some people are like confused. And there have been a few who have been like, this is amazing. I felt like they were reading my mind, and every question that came up was answered and opened along the way. And so beautiful to see the different comments, the different experiences that people have as they enter into it. In the voice version that we have out, some of these spaces where they talk, it leads you into really an essence of a meditation. It gives you space. It brings in tone and song to help pull you into it. And that's one of the magical things about what we've been doing when we've created the voice documents or the sound documents for this, the audiobooks. So if you haven't checked that out, please do. And soon I will continue reading from Our New Story Guys in the Garden, Volume 1. Sending love to you all. I've got to go and do some practicing with my twin. We're doing a sound healing session this weekend with a big group of us sound healers and a sound bath, and it's going to be spectacular. So I'm going to be running over there and doing some practicing with her. And I'll catch you guys really soon. And I hope you enjoy Our New Story. If you haven't gotten a copy, check it out. And the link's in my YouTube. You can check that out and get yourself your own copy. Much love. Talk to you later.